There's one industry that has quietly created more billionaires than tech, crypto, or even real estate. An industry that built dynasties, powered entire nations, and still fuels untouchable wealth today. That industry is oil and gas. And today, we're going straight to the source. I'm headed out to the literal Texas oil field to meet with one of the biggest oil moguls in the entire world. And his name, it's Brent Franklin. And he's been drilling oil wells all over the nation while making hundreds of millions of dollars doing so. We're gonna be walking his rigs, hear how he built his empire, and how oil and gas continues to mint millionaires and billionaires even in today's world. So this video is about to be insane from start to finish, so stay tuned until the end. With that being said, let's get this video on the way. Guys, so we just got to the oil rig out here in El Campo, Texas. Yes, we are in the middle of nowhere, but yes, this business, these oil rigs have made more millionaires and billionaires than just about any industry in the world. So I'm gonna be interviewing one of the biggest oil moguls in not just Texas, but in the entire United States, you guys. So let's go meet up with Brent right now and go figure out how the hell he even got into this business, why this business makes people so rich, and how you can start investing your money and making it work for you in oil. I never in my life thought that I would ever be at a damn oil rig right now, but I gotta learn about this business myself because the returns in oil, man, I've heard it could be more than real estate, more than the stock market. So this is gonna be a masterclass on all things oil and gas, you guys. Come on, there he is. What's going on, brother?
How's it going?
James.
Brent Franklin, how are you?
Good, man, it's good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
So you own this right here.
I do.
How the hell did you even get into oil and gas?
Man, it was crazy. I was mowing grass right after I got out of the Navy, and I got a phone call from a buddy out in Midland, Odessa. So he's like, hey man, I got you a job on an oil rig. I packed my shit and I rolled out and got on a rig, and a couple years later ended up buying a couple, and now we own oil and gas business and investment companies.
Now for the people that don't understand how much money that they can actually make in oil and gas, how much money have you made in the last year through oil and gas?
So our company did about $40 million last year across all of our platforms.
40 million.
That's right.
And you don't just own the rig, you own all aspects of it.
Yeah, so what we do is simple. We buy distressed off-market oil and gas investment properties, and then we go out there and we fix them up. We drill wells, we fix wells. A lot of people in oil and gas over leverage their properties, or they don't know how to raise money properly. And so what we've done is we built a fund structure that allows people to not only understand but invest in it without having to become an oil company.
Now I want this video to serve as a masterclass for everybody watching that has no idea why people can get so rich off of oil and gas. Can you give us the blueprint today on how that's possible?
Yeah, so a lot of people talk about getting rich off oil and gas and oil field money. One of my favorite sayings is, if you want to make a small fortune in oil and gas, start with a large fortune. It takes a lot of loss, a lot of headaches in oil and gas, and it's not just a get rich quick deal. You have to be consistent, you have to diversify, and you got to have a risk tolerance, but we're going to dive into all that today.
And can we actually go up on the rig as well and check it out?
You want to go up on the rig?
Is that cool?
All right, saddle up, man.
Well, before that, is this the office right here?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Check it out, let's go check it out.
Yeah, so right here is the camp house for our pusher.
Going on, man?
Cameron is our tool pusher. What he does is he turns around and he makes sure that the rig is running. It's a 24/7 operation when we start drilling.
So you got to have a team when you're in this business.
Oh man, you have to have an army. You have to have people that know what they're doing, that are experienced. Safety is absolutely super important. People see oil rigs and oil wells and they just think, black gold and money, but in reality, this is the most dangerous job in the world.
Is it too late to get into oil and gas?
Right now is the actual perfect time.
Why?
What's a different market today? There's a lot of people that have invested in oil and gas the same way, and it's not turned out good for them. Today's market, there's a lack of capital. There's not as many of these conventional rigs. People call this old school drilling that there used to be, and it's a dying breed. We're going to use oil and gas forever. Natural gas is the cleanest burning fossil fuel, and people don't realize how to get in. They like the concept of oil and gas, but they don't know entry points, and people can't invest in things that they don't understand. So me coming in as an investor, learning the hard way and taking a ton of losses, getting taken advantage of by scrupulous oil companies, being promised the dream by promoters, I said, you know what? Money doesn't come from chasing money. Money comes from chasing problems and monetizing the solution to those problems. So what I did is I took every problem that I had as an investor in the oil field, I put my pen to the pad, and I really wrote out a good plan that works. Because why do people invest in oil and gas? You see it on the ads, right? Tax benefits. Oil and gas is one of the only industries where you can actually write off your investments against your active income when the deals are structured properly. In addition to that, I don't see any of these multifamily deals or real estate deals that people are doing that can actually get you 100% 100% return of your investment in less than a year when structured properly.
So what's going on right here? What's going on?
Okay, so this is one of our monitoring systems. This is called a Pason system. And up on our rig floor, we've got our drilling rig equipped with electronics that let us know what's going into the ground. You can imagine going back into like the 1950s and 1960s.
They didn't have anything.
They didn't have anything like that. They're just throwing chains, and I can show you some videos of it. It was really, really unsafe. But nowadays, technology, we're watching everything. So right here up at the top left, you can see it tells us exactly our hole depth, which is 4,599.5 feet. It tells us exactly where our bit is, and it tells us what we're doing right now. So right now what we're doing is called tripping pipe. This is the process of going in or out of the hole where they're taking pipe joints and connecting them together. And we're about to actually go up on the rig floor, and I'll show you all about tripping in a second. It also has logs on here. It tells us, you know, if we're gonna hit any type of gas, what type of formations we're drilling in, whether it's rock, sand, shell. And so this is a really, really crucial piece for Cameron to be able to sit here and understand what's going on the rig floor at all times. Because if you just look out there right now, you can't really tell what's going on. So this is kind of like our electronic eyes and ears on the floor.
Now, I got a bunch of questions for you, but before we get back into the interview, could we actually go check out and see the full operations on what's going on out there?
Oh yeah, let's rock and roll.
Let's go check it out.
Safety first, bro.
I gotta get this on first.
That's right, that's right. So a few things before we go up on the rig. Number one is typically you would wear FRCs. These are fire retardant clothing. This is in case of any, you know, type of burns or heat comes to you. In oil and gas, everything is heavy. So there's a lot of sharp objects, there's a lot of heavy objects, and there's a lot of moving parts. Right now we're going up on a live drilling rig, okay? And we just want to let people know that right now we're on a well site that has no H2S gas. Typically we'd wear a monitor called an H2S monitor, which is always best practice to have. But because this well is plugged off at the bottom and we have all of the well bore basically sealed off, we know that there's no H2S present. Typically I'd have you wear this, but today I'm gonna just let you go up here and take a look at it. So we are doing this safely, and let's go take a look.
Guys, this video's been insane so far. We're about to get right back to it, but I need to let you guys know something real quick. Look, 99% of people will never in their entire life get the chance to meet with and learn from an oil mogul, a billionaire, or any ultra successful entrepreneur and ask them questions directly. But over the last year, guys, I built the #1 most powerful entrepreneur network and private community for business owners and entrepreneurs in the entire world. And it's called the School of Mentors. And every single week, guys, I bring in the millionaires and billionaires I interview on this channel, and they mentor our members live. When you join, you literally get one-on-one advice and direct mentorship from the most successful business owners in the entire world. You will collapse years of trial and error into just weeks because you're learning from the most successful people on the planet. This is the closest thing that you will ever have to having a billionaire in your corner and multi-millionaires giving you advice every single week. So if you want to join, listen, all you have to do is go down and click the link in the description of this video to join the #1 community for business owners in the entire world. So I can't wait to see you on the inside. With that being said, let's get back to the video. I'm a new person right now, but I think it's time to go out to the rig and see what's really going on right now.
All right, man, be careful. Hey, by the way, everything's dirty.
Okay.
So don't touch nothing.
I got you. I got you.
Before we head on out there, what exactly is this?
So, you know, a lot of people say, hey, I got an oil rig, I got an oil well. A lot of people don't know the difference between a rig and a well. This is a drilling rig, okay? Back behind me over here, these are oil wells. So a lot of people, you've heard them say, oh, my auntie's got oil rigs. She probably has oil wells that are drilled by oil rigs. So today we're out here. This is our 850 horsepower top drive drilling rig.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go. Out there.
How much does this thing make a day?
So we charge our customers $14,500 a day, every single day that we operate this drilling rig. So now we're inside of the doghouse. This is our main control area. Once again, this has computers where we can monitor. We've got the driller standing outside here. So this is where, you know, this is where the magic happens whenever it comes to drilling.
Did you have a mentor to get into this business?
Whenever I first got into oil and gas, I was actually out on a drilling rig like this. I had applied for a job out in Midland, Odessa. Didn't really know anything about oil and gas. I just knew how to move your ass hand, you know, and so I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. I was just on the equipment. And I actually started getting into the investing period about 2016, 2017.
How much money does somebody need to start investing into oil and gas?
So oil and gas investments are typically structured only where accredited investors can participate. There's a lot of oil and gas companies that structure their investments wrong, and they try to sell you a piece of a lease as real estate. But U.S. securities law states that whenever you fractionalize oil and gas lease, it becomes a security. So the first step is that somebody needs to be an accredited investor and have a substantial amount of capital and be able to bear total loss before ever getting in the industry, regardless of how it's structured. So $100,000 is a great spot to start. And my deal is, is I never recommend putting your whole $100,000 in one well, in one new drill, or in any single company, due to the fact is there is a lot of volatility in here. And with that being said, there's not a way to mitigate risk. I believe that there's a way to mitigate loss whenever it comes to oil and gas. As an investor, what do investors ask for? They say, hey, how do I get return of investment, right? You go put 100 grand in a well and it doesn't work out for whatever reason, you hate the company. Oh, they were terrible. They lost my money. Tax deductions, tax deductions. That doesn't typically get people to where they need to be in investments.
How are the returns on oil and gas compared to, let's say, the stock market, compared to real estate? Which one, in your opinion, has the most favorable returns for investors?
Well, I'm not in the oil and gas business for my health, right? So I've been doing real estate for over 10 years. I started out wholesaling, fixing up properties and flipping them, and I created a lot of income for myself. The problem was I had huge capital gains, huge tax liabilities, and the depreciation didn't offset what I had coming in. I love real estate. Real estate will always be one of my babies. I like it for long-term appreciation. Stock market, that gets everybody's little gambling itch aside, right? Doesn't really matter what stock you pick. The people in the stock market are trying to buy in low, capitalize on it, and exit at the right time. And I see people riding waves because they're not professional investors. I think that every market has a spot for good, smart, sophisticated investors. I think that you got to be diversified across everything. You just have to know how to play the game. And if you don't, you got to partner with somebody that does. And that's exactly why we created Rise Capital.
Let's go check out over here.
Let's do it, man. All right, so first things first, you want some Roughneck Starbucks, bro?
No.
You don't want to take a shot?
I'm all good.
All right, let's go check out the rig floor.
Check it out. So what is this right here, and break it down for everybody?
Yeah, so right now we're on the rig floor, and this is a top drive drilling rig. There's two types of drilling rigs that we work with. One is called a Kelly rig, the other one is called a top drive.
How expensive is this equipment?
Well, it depends. If you buy a brand new, this rig right here costs you about $6.5 million.
Woo! Did you drop that on that?
Oh no, bro. So what we were able to do is we were able to find a seller who had a couple issues with their business, and we actually bought this from a company that bought it from a bankruptcy. So we paid about 15 cents on the dollar for the rig. We inherited all the contracts, and we picked it up for dirt cheap.
So you're always looking for opportunities.
Absolutely. Money is saved by purchasing assets that are undervalued, and usually from people that are in a bind.
Because they probably bought that for way more money than you ended up buying it off.
Yeah, I believe they paid over $5 million for this piece of equipment.
Now, you mentioned that you charge your, I guess, customers $14,000 a day for here. Who are you selling to? Is it gas stations? Like, what types of companies are you selling your oil to?
So a lot of people have the misconception on oil and gas that you just make gasoline right out of the ground, right? So there's three main sectors of oil and gas. There's upstream, there's downstream, and there's midstream. This is what's called upstream oil and gas. This is actually where we explore and produce, known as E&P. This is where we're exploring and producing oil and gas. Once we produce this oil, once it hits or doesn't hit, will go to a tank battery. The oil goes to a tank, the natural gas goes to a pipeline. That's called your midstream. Midstream is the process of transporting oil and gas. It could be your trucks, your logistics, your pipeline. And then you've got what's called downstream. This is your refineries. This is companies that are actually purchasing the product for us, using midstream companies to get it there, and they're turning around, they're refining it to gasoline, diesel, different types of products.
There's three types of oil and gas. Upstream, drilling,
right.
Midstream, shipping.
That's right.
Downstream, produce.
Look at you, you're a landman already.
Come on, I'm a landman. There's guys that make money in oil and gas, some are the landman. Are these people going like door to door and they're finding people with a lot of acres, a lot of land, and being like, hey, our technology see that you've got oil here. Let's strike a deal. What is it, 70-30 is like the standard or something like that? Can you kind of explain what that process is like?
Yeah, so what happens is most people that are in oil and gas upstream don't actually own the property. The people that own the surface are the surface owners, and the people that own below the surface are the mineral owners. There might be one mineral owner, there might be 1,000 mineral owners, literally. And so what happens is when there's an area of interest, the landman that you see on TV is a person that goes out and is typically finding out who owns the title and finding that area of interest, and they're going out and negotiating that oil and gas lease. Now, whenever it comes to trades, this is your oil and gas lease. You get to pick what you want to offer somebody, just like you would in real estate. For instance, most mineral owners are looking for what's called a 25% royalty. This means that when you extract oil and gas, they're getting 25% of the gross proceeds before the expenses. This is your royalty interest. It's also known as the NRI. So if somebody tells you, hey, we got an oil and gas lease and it's a 20% NRI, you know that the mineral owner is getting 20% of the gross revenue, and then the oil company gets that other 80%. That other 80% is known as the working interest. And this is where people go in and they actually get to buy, just like a tenant in common, they're buying a portion of the lease where they pay a portion of the drilling, but they get a portion of the proceeds if the well is commercially producible.
So there's a lot of people in oil and gas. What separates you from 99% of other people?
What's big about my company that a lot of people wish they could do that they can't is we understand investment, but we also understand the industry. Most people that go out and raise money for oil and gas, known as promoters. They're just trying to sell somebody's opportunity and make a big markup on it. We're actually vertically integrated and invested in everything that we're doing. So we know how to find the leases. We know how to extract the oil. We actually have the equipment to drill, and we've created a fund structure unlike anything else that's ever existed. It operates a little bit like a trading platform. And when we get back to the office, I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Before we do that, I gotta operate over here, don't I?
Yeah, man. So I think it's time that we break you out, Worm.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go. Hand those mics over, and we're gonna teach you about how to get the slips going. All right, so first things first, we're gonna make sure you get some safety gloves on. Make sure you don't hit anything sharp, anything heavy. Everything out here is super heavy, and
It can kill you.
oh man, it'll crush you real quick. All right, so what they're doing right now is they're coming down with the top drive. You're gonna help this hand right here. You're gonna pull these slips. Get up there, grab that slip. He's gonna pick up. Don't put your hand. Ready? Here we go. Now you're gonna get ready. Whenever this comes up, they're gonna pick it up past the joint, past the collar. You're gonna throw the slips in there. What these slips do is it's got teeth in there. They grab the pipe and hold it so it doesn't go down. So we're gonna pull out 2 joints at a time. This is a double rig. Get ready. There you go, throw them. Nice and heavy, ain't it? Ready to get on them tongs? Watch it, boy. Everything heavy, everything heavy. Watch out for that hole. YouTubers.
Are you a good salesman?
I'm a closer, baby.
And
$1 million
you are?
closer.
Can you give me your best sales and negotiation advice right here?
You can make millions in sales, but you can make billions in marketing. I think that marketing is the most important part of any business. If you have the best product in the world and nobody knows what you have, you don't have anything. A lot of people downplay social media marketing, especially in the oil and gas industry, because they're like 100 years old and they've done it the same way. But let me tell you something. Social media marketing knows everything about you. They know where you live, what you drive, your credit score, your race, everything. So if you're not marketing on social media, you're going to get left behind. And sales, that's just part of it. If you got a good product that helps people, that is where it comes from. Money doesn't come from chasing money. Money comes from chasing problems and monetizing the solution to people's problems or providing a product or service that helps them.
You know they don't teach this in school, right?
No, so what school teaches you is to give your money away, right? They teach you go borrow money, go to college, get a job, raise money, put it in your 401k, give it to big business. What they don't teach you is how to go out there and solve somebody's problem and show them that you have the solution and how to monetize that.
So why is oil and gas such a billion-dollar industry?
Oil and gas is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. It's always going to be needed. Everything that you touch today, the paint that's in these shirts, the gas that's in your car, everything. The phone, man, it has lithium. Somebody's got to get out here and do this work, and you don't see the snowflakes today, especially in my generation, 35 years young. You don't see them out here trying to do this. People are lazy. They want to be YouTube influencers, but not everybody's got what it takes. You want to make money, you got to get out here and bust your ass.
What's the best part of oil to get into right now?
What I'm focused on 100% right now is natural gas exploration and production.
So not oil.
Not oil,
Why?
man. Well, oil's a pain in the ass. You got to deal with pump jacks. You got to deal with a lot of mechanical failures. Some of the bigger companies, they make these big bursts of oil.
Nobody talks about natural gas.
Well, that's exactly why you should do it. You should always go for things that the media is not talking about. Natural gas is the cleanest burning fossil fuel. We have more LNG plants opening up, and the export of natural gas and liquefied natural gas is massive right now. Anybody who is truly an oil and gas investor will tell you they're probably bullish on gas right now because that's where everything's coming from. You got electricity coming from it. You got heat coming from it. Hell, you got all kinds of these data centers. Let's talk about AI, and by the way, we're mining Bitcoin off of it. We take natural gas, run it into a generator, create electricity, and have low-cost power to mine cryptocurrency.
Did you have anybody that doubted you in business?
Man, I've always had people that doubted me. I think that people always doubt things, right? You get around people, they can't see your vision, they don't know what you're doing, they can't understand your mind, and only thing that matters is results. I've had to cut off so many friends. You can have good people around you that are the wrong people, and the faster you get rid of them, the better. Bad relationships, people getting, the wrong girlfriend, hanging around the wrong people that are doing the wrong things. If you want to be successful, you have got to pay to be in the rooms with people that are successful. I avoided going to so many masterminds and hanging out with other like-minded people because I thought, what are they going to teach me? And at the end of the day, it wasn't about them teaching me. It was just about paying to be in the room with the other people that paid to be in the room.
How old are you now?
35.
Brent, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message for the younger generation, what would that be?
Don't let anybody ever stop you from chasing your dreams. Figure out something you're good at, solve a problem, figure out what you stand for, and market your ass off. Let everybody know who you are and what you stand for. Today's world is so full of hate. If you go look at any ad, even this one on social media, you're gonna see the keyboard warriors that are sitting at home, eating Cheetos in their panties, doing nothing, trying to stop entrepreneurs and successful people like ourselves from chasing our dream. Don't let anybody stop you from ever chasing your dreams.
All right, you guys, that's a wrap on today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe for amazing content because I'm going all over the world to bring you guys the biggest, the most unique, the best business owners in the world to give you guys real advice to become millionaires in today's world. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you have not already done so, go down, click the link in the description of this video to join the #1 community for business owners in the world because every week I host live calls with the millionaires millionaire and billionaire entrepreneurs that I interview on this channel. Where can everybody find you at?
You can look me up on Instagram at Real $1 Million Closer. You'll see us on one of these links.
We appreciate you having us out.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, this was once in a lifetime right here.
All right, to the truck, hand.